So let's go on with the greenhouse. By the way, this
Yeah.
greenhouse, right? It's not what I would do in my greenhouse. I would starve to death, and I could not eat it. The reason why you want a greenhouse is what you want to grow food year round. You want to be able to grow your own food. Nowadays, what's going on? It's better to grow your own food anytime, any day, anytime. I was talking to somebody just today. You say, well, "What is it you're eating at 75?" So, well, I go out to the garden. I like to. In the past, I always had a garden, and so I ate 85%. I believe in 85% raw food. The rest of it is cooked one way or the other, whether it's meat, whether it's vegetables, whatever other things I would cook. 85%. That means I would go to the garden, munch, 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 munch. And that would be, and I admit that's the main thing. I realized talking to you, I use the terminology that, gee, I've been going into the garden and getting the biology into my body. Duh. That's the main thing I've been missing. That's why my stomach is really upset because I don't have when you buy stuff from the store, you don't get any biology, right? You don't get it's so sterilized and clean and washed a billion times. Yeah. So just today I was picking a leaf and I looked underneath, a little bit of dirt, soil's on there. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Right. Think all that good biology.
You know what I mean? And that feels much better. And because I hate going to the store and buying like a little tiny bag of lettuce. You have to eat the whole thing because if you leave it for a few days, they rot.
Oh, it's already moldy and
I missed that. What did you say? I can't read that fast. What was the last one?
Silly Lily says, I want a greenhouse. I'd be growing year round for sure.
Yeah. When I lived in Boulder, Colorado,
right.
You see, I'm a very tricky, sneaky guy. So what I did was
you never stayed up there in the winter time. Is the tricky, sneaky guy? Mo here is from Jamaica, by the way.
Oh yeah, man.
Thank you very much, Mo.
I do that. I figured that. Yeah, that's why I was just saying yes, man. Yeah, that's fine. The first time I was there in Boulder, I went to the University of Colorado. Also went to Naropa. Okay. And I was renting a house with a heated pool. So I said, "Oh, heated pool, greenhouse would be very good here." So literally, it had screen in. It was screen in like that with a heated pool. So I just covered it with clear plastic so that the heated pool would generate its own little heat in there. It would have a couple of different heat lights, and I had my vegetables in there. It was my vegetable garden. And then I started to. I figured out what I wanted to do. I never got to do it, and I still think I might do it. I would have done it if I had lived there. So what I wanted to do was the house that I was living in. If it was mine, I would actually build a. Well, first of all, I would make the heat. The way that the heat is really so cool. The way I figured this out is basically it's very simple. You add copper pipes. You run through the house. You run it through the ceiling. You maybe go up and down a little bit. You go down into the ground, and you circulate it in the floors. So you don't have to do anything but fill it up with water, seal it up, cover the floor down and the ceiling. When it gets hot, it'll circulate. And when it gets cold, it'll naturally circulate the water and you heat up. So I did that. I wanted to do that with a greenhouse because that's the perfect way to heat your greenhouse. The best. So one of the tips I give to people is put your greenhouse next to your house.
Mm-hmm.
Use the house as a way to heat your greenhouse. So you want to have the greenhouse at a certain temperature. You also want to place your greenhouse in the place where you get at least 8 hours. That's right.
Yeah. It's thermal siphon.
Right. It would just suck in the heat, circulate the greenhouse, and you have and the pool was great because I always had a lot of moisture and humidity. The whole thing was going to have light, so that I had tomatoes growing extended for a long time. And those days I wasn't growing into you know what, but I would have done that too if it was possible to do it.
Yeah.
I did a greenhouse in Florida, which is very different in the sense that you don't have to worry about temperature because normally if you live in a cold environment, you want to heat up your greenhouse. So do it in a very non-destructive way. It's real simple. Just have the water circulate through your house, through your roof, and on the floor. You'll find you always stay at a really cool temperature year-round. You don't have to be heating it up or cooling it off. And your greenhouse, of course, should be part of that.
Mm-hmm.
And the greenhouse would be in at least 8 hours, 12 hours would be ideal of sunlight. You want to get at least that much direct sunlight. You don't want it in the shade. And you also want to put it in a place where maybe a lot of times you have to look to see how the winds blow, whether it's not you may want it in the opposite side of the house, so let the house be the wind barrier rather than put the right. And lots of other things determine where your greenhouse is going to be.